Welcome to the Flow Tao Salon. Today, we are cracking the code on a billion-dollar question that every single one of us has experienced. Why is it that some online shopping pages just feel so right you can't help but click buy, while others are a total flop? Well, believe it or not, there's a science to it, and we are going to dive right in. You know that feeling, right? You land on a page and boom, everything just clicks. The information is clear, the pictures are perfect, and honestly, before you even have a chance to second guess it, your mouse is hovering over that Add to Cart button. It feels completely effortless, almost intuitive. So what's the magic behind that perfect moment? And then, of course, there's the other side of the coin. Those incredibly frustrating pages. You can't find the basic specs, the photos are blurry or useless, and you end up leaving more confused than when you started. You just close the tab, and poof, that company just lost a sale. And that tiny little moment, when it's multiplied by millions of shoppers every single day, becomes a massive billion-dollar problem. So how do we crack this code? Well, what if I told you it's not just random luck or some artsy web design? Turns out a team of researchers systematically broke the whole thing down. They created a blueprint with clear, data-backed answers, and that is exactly what we're going to walk through today.
Okay, so let's get into the specifics of this research. This work comes from a team of three: Alexander Blyer, Colleen Harmling, and Robert Palmatier. Their game-changing paper is called Creating Effective Online Customer Experiences, and it was published in the prestigious Journal of Marketing way back in 2019. So what we're about to unpack isn't just a bunch of good ideas. It's a deep, scientific look at what really makes us tick online.
So, the first huge insight from their work is that a product page is so much more than just a list of facts. It's actually designed to create a complete, multidimensional experience for you. The researchers figured out that there are 4 key ingredients that shape how you feel and, you guessed it, whether or not you decide to buy. Let's break them down one by one.
First up, we have informativeness. The best way to think about this is like having the perfect, most knowledgeable store clerk right there with you. The page seems to know your every question and gives you all the resourceful, helpful information you need. We're talking clear specs, feature breakdowns, all the little details that let you make a logical, confident choice. This is really the thinking part of the whole experience.
Next, there's entertainment. Now, this is the pure feeling part of the equation. It's that simple fun and pleasure you get from just being on the page, totally separate from the mission of buying something. You can think of it as the digital version of window shopping. It's all about making the interaction itself playful and genuinely enjoyable. Third is social presence. This one is so important because let's face it, online shopping can feel really anonymous and kind of cold sometimes. Social presence is what injects that feeling of warmth and real human connection. It makes you feel like you're part of a community, interacting with other real people, not just staring at a server somewhere. And finally, we have sensory appeal. This is the page's best attempt at becoming a virtual showroom. Since you can't physically touch or hold the product, the site has to stimulate your senses in other ways. We're talking rich, high-resolution images, incredible zoom functions, maybe even videos with sound. It's all about making that product feel tangible and real, even through a screen. Okay, so we have these 4 ingredients: informativeness, entertainment, social presence, and sensory appeal. But here is the real secret, the big aha moment of the whole study. The best brands don't just throw all 4 of these at the wall and see what sticks. No, the most effective experience is carefully tailored. It depends completely on the context. There is absolutely no one-size-fits-all solution. The first piece of that context is the product itself. The researchers draw a really important line in the sand here. Are we talking about a search product, something you evaluate based on cold, hard facts and specs, like a hard drive, or is it an experience product, like a perfume or a piece of clothing, where you really need to see it or feel it to understand its value? That distinction, it changes everything. And the second piece of the puzzle? Brand trust. Is the brand a household name you've known for years, or is it a new company you've never even heard of? For those big, established brands, you already have a certain level of confidence. But for the new kids on the block, the product page has to do all the heavy lifting to build that trust right from scratch. And this is where it all comes together so beautifully. The research gives us this brilliant little cheat sheet. For a search product like that hard drive, the most powerful tool you have is informativeness. Just give us the specs. But for an experience product like that perfume, sensory appeal suddenly becomes way more important. And what about that newer, less trusted brand trying to win you over? Well, the research shows that entertainment is often the secret weapon to break the ice and build that initial connection.
Now, of course, this all sounds great in the lab, But the big question is, does it actually work out in the wild? Well, the researchers put it to the ultimate test. They took their whole framework to the biggest online marketplace on the entire planet, Amazon.com. They actually partnered with a real company, tweaked their product pages, and then sat back to see what happened to real-world sales.
And what they found, well, you can see it right here, and it's pretty jaw-dropping. They tested this with a classic search product, a wireless router. On the regular control page, sales were just fine. When they redesigned the page to be super informative, crammed with specs and comparison charts, sales shot up. A big win. But, and this is the amazing part, when they tried a social experience using friendly text and lifestyle photos, sales actually went down. They didn't just fail to help, they actively hurt sales by using the wrong strategy.
This is all captured perfectly in this quote from the paper itself. Certain design elements can induce unfavorable customer experiences for specific products or brands. Just let that sink in for a second. This is proof that bad online design isn't just ineffective or neutral, it is actively damaging to the bottom line.
All right, we have covered a ton of ground here, so let's boil this entire powerful study down to the 3 absolute key takeaways that you can use to see the digital world in a whole new way.
Here it is, the core value of this incredible research in 3 simple points. First, online experience is multidimensional. It's not just one thing. It's that special mix of informativeness, entertainment, social presence, and sensory appeal. Second, context is king. You have to perfectly match the experience to both the product type and how much your customers trust your brand. And third, and this is the big one, this means online design is deeply strategic. Every single image, every word on that page should be a conscious choice made to build the right experience to earn that click.
So I'm going to leave you with a new way to look at the web. The next time you find yourself shopping online, just pause for a second. Don't just see a product page, try to see the architecture of the experience that's being built all around you. And ask yourself, what are they trying to make me feel? Is it informative, entertaining, social, sensory? And then ask the billion-dollar question, is it working?